What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another video, and I would like to welcome y'all to my first video on my new series, What If? And what I plan on doing is revisiting decisions made by developers and companies and speculating on the effects that would have taken place if a different decision would have been made. So, you know, with that understanding, y'all pretty much get where I'm going. But before that, let me plug this. This is the Nyko Charge Station U. This is an all-in-one charge station for your gamepad and your Wiimotes. You know, I've been trying to remedy the excessive cords that come with trying to charge up your gamepad and also having to buy batteries for your Wiimotes and then trying to store all that. This remedies all that. I can charge them and leave them on it, all there, ready to go. I love the neon lights. I like how it shines blue when everything is fully charged. I like how it's orange when things are charging. It comes with 2 rechargeable batteries. I have white controllers, but you know the batteries is black, so it don't matter. It's all good. Ebony and ivory go together in such sweet harmony. Anyway, right now you're watching DKC Tropical Freeze on my gamepad. I'm not playing, no, but so you can watch that because it's a part of the What If. And this is a great game. If you haven't picked up this game for your Wii U, you need to go do that. Do yourself a service and go cop that. And if you're on the fence about getting a Wii U, this is a game worthy of purchasing a Wii U, just like Mario 3D World was, just like Wonderful 101 is, and just like Pikmin 3 was, just like Zelda HD, Wind Waker was. There's a lot of games on the Wii U that was worthy of purchasing a Wii U. But if you're on the fence, go out. I was watching a podcast today, and they was speculating on if DKC was worthy of picking up a Wii U. In my opinion, it is. But with that being said, let's get to this what if. What if Retro Studios would have released, instead of DKC Tropical Freeze, a first-person shooter back in February when DKC Tropical Freeze was released to the market? What if this game right here was a first-person shooter? Not any first-person shooter, but a first-person shooter taking full advantage of the capabilities of the Wii U. Everything the Wii U can do, pushing it beyond the levels that it has been pushed by any third party, utilizing all the specs and all the capabilities to the fullest. Not only that, utilizing the gamepad, all the stuff we saw back in 2011 at E3, all the stuff we saw in 2012 at E3 concerning the Wii U, everything that Miyamoto and Iwata and Reggie, all of them speculated the possibilities that all the third parties came on stage and unprecedented relationship talk, you know, EA and all of them. What if Retro Studio took the gamepad and made that a reality in a way that Ubisoft didn't do with, you know, didn't fully do with Zombie U, in a way that even Nintendo themselves haven't done, and then put that on the market at the time that they put this game, DKC Tropical Freeze. Now let me say this. You know your boy Levelhead is not a FPS fan. I would choose DKC Tropical Freeze over a first-person shooter any day of the week. But that's me. But this is what if. So let's speculate. How would this have changed the perception and the reception of Nintendo and the Wii U? Now, there's another first-person shooter that has released recently for another company by the name of Microsoft and the Xbox One, called Titanfall. And Titanfall has revitalized, breathed new life into a system that was seemingly failing and is still in many ways seemingly not doing as great as it should. But we all can attest and be honest that Titanfall did for, and still is for the most part, moving Xbox Ones. And not only that, it is generating a lot of attention and is pretty much considered a system seller. You know, causing the Xbox One sales to shoot up 700% when it came out. And it's I haven't played it, so I can't tell you whether it's good or bad. You know, it seems like, you know, just looking at it, it looks like Call of Duty with mechs. And, you know, the people who made Call of Duty, if I'm not mistaken, are the people who made this game. You know, the people who are originally responsible for Call of Duty. Let me say it like that. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment sections. But it's really not pushing any boundaries. It's really not changing up the game or the gameplay. It's just adding an element, kind of like, you know, how Metroid Prime done. You know, even though, you know, Metroid Prime is in a first-person shooter perspective, it's called really a FP adventure, a first-person adventure. That's what they call Metroid Prime. They don't really call it a first-person shooter, but you know, the jumping elements, all the other things that you can do in Metroid Prime, or you know, present here in Titanfall. You know, and just those elements alone, and ability to jump off walls and all that, you know, has kind of intrigued those to really act as if this game is changing the game. But I ponder the thought of what would be possible with a developing studio like Retro, who were responsible for Metroid Prime, to be free of any IP, meaning this IP will be original. They won't use any mascot from Nintendo. They will make a game from ground up, utilizing the system to its fullest, take a full capability, and utilizing the full capabilities of the controller, and for my boy Red Knight, instituting and making sure that the Wiimote and Nunchuck is also usable. Let me say that. What would have happened? How would that have changed the situation for Nintendo? I think that it would have moved units. I think that it would have changed the perception in the marketplace of the Wii U being a kiddie system. You know, a lot of people like to purposely leave out the Wii U when they talk about the current next gen systems, which are current now. You know, when they talk about next gen or the current systems out, they only want to mention the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They failed to mention the Wii U. They failed to acknowledge its portion or participation in 8th gen, the 8th generation of video game systems. You know, so I wonder how a first-person shooter, utilizing all the capabilities of the Wii U power-wise, utilizing all the capabilities of the controller and everything it can do, releasing this year at the same time that this game released, how would that have affected the sales, the perception, and the acceptance of the Wii U? I think it would have affected it tremendously. And I'm not a first-person shooter fan. So what I want you guys to do, I want y'all to leave your thoughts down in the comment section. How do you think that would have affected Nintendo? Would Nintendo be in a better position? Would Nintendo be perceived differently? Would people change their thoughts on what this system can do? Because Retro Studios, we all know what they can do. Look what they did on the GameCube. Look at what they did on the Wii with Metroid Prime. It's just so I would just, and I'm not a first person shooter fan, and I love DKC Tropical Freeze. I love this game, but what if they would have released a first person shooter doing everything that I'm saying? They could always release this game and it would have done what it's doing. You know, we have gotten, let me say this and I'm finna get out of here. We have gotten a lot of platformers back to back. You know, I believe DKC is the better platform that has been released on the Wii U thus far. I think it is doing more than any other platform that has been released on the system thus far. I think as far as from a 2D perspective, I think it's the best platform that has been released on the Wii U. Second by, I would say, a distant Mario and Rayman Legend. I think Rayman Legend was a good game for the most part. I just didn't like what Ubisoft done, so I didn't support them because they're not supporting me. You know, when they push back a game and to support others and then turn around and delay a game to support others, I don't choose to support them. So with that being said, I believe there's been a lot of platformers released on the system. But if they would have released a first-person shooter, I'd know for sure that the sales, if they done everything that I'm saying and they pushed it like I know they can, and they made a industry and genre-defining first-person shooter, oh yeah, the Wii U will be moving. The Wii U will be the talk. So I want y'all thoughts. Let me know. How would that have affected Nintendo and the perception of the Wii U in the marketplace? Would it have been positive, negative, or would it stay the same? Let me know. And with that being said, welcome to my first video in this series. I will try to do more as they come. And be some might be future tense, some might be past tense, might go back into older generations. You know, I might jump ahead and what if, you know. So just stay with me and continue to like, subscribe, and follow. Deuces. I'm out. 1.